Today we're going to take a look at a really easy way to practice your 2-5-1s, regardless of what instrument you play. We're going to apply a type of convention that we borrow from classical music, and we're going to apply that to jazz, and it's going to make things way better. This convention comes from melodic minor. You have a scale that changes on the way down. So why don't we apply something like this to jazz, and it'll give us a much better understanding of the harmony and what notes we should play. Let's do it. One of the biggest issues that I had when I was in college is that I would learn all this technique and I'd learn these jazz scales, but then I did not know quite how to apply them all. It was very one-dimensional application. In this video, I'm going to show you a much more fluid way of applying all of this, and then you'll be learning it without even having to think about it. First, I'm going to show you this super easy formula, then I'll explain what's going on theoretically. So for this practice routine, we're going to start with the 2 chord. Remember, the 2 chord is Dorian for this 2-5-1. We play the scale from the root up to the 9th. Remember, we're going to change it on the way down. But for now, just play it up to the 9th. In the key of C for alto. Then on the way down, we're going to play a diminished scale, starting descending with a whole step. So you just play the same 2 notes you just played. Technically, we're ending on the major 3rd of the 1 chord. So playing the 2 scale up, that covers the 2 chord. Playing the diminished scale down covers the 5 chord, and we land on the 3rd of the 1 chord. So for the dominant 7 chord, we get the 13, 5, sharp 11, 3rd, sharp 9, flat 9, 1, flat 7, and then the 3rd is the resolution. So whatever note you start on is the note you're going to finish on. Piece of cake, man. Okay, now let's start that on the 3rd instead of the root of the 2 chord. So we started here. Now we want to do the same thing, but start on the 3rd. This is beautiful. We are using that same diminished scale. So when we start on the 5th, we still want to play that minor scale up to the 9th, and then play the diminished scale going downward, descending with a whole step. Here's the 5th. Now we have a different diminished scale. Now we have the 3rd, 9, flat 9, major 7, flat 7, flat 13, 5, perfect 4th, and then major 7. Okay, now let's do it from the flat 7. We can do that same thing. But guess what? Starting the 2 chord from the flat 7, It's like starting from the 1 chord. So now we resolve it to the 9th. This is beautiful, beautifully simplistic. All right, let me grab my soprano. Right now, this is the holiday season and Woodwind Brasswind. I do have an affiliate link with them, by the way. They are having some amazing deals. This horn here is discounted $600. They did this before. That's when I bought it. I actually missed it, but I called them, and then they acknowledged it, so I wound up getting it for $600 off. They're running something similar like that now with these Allora saxophones, and there's a lot of other stuff. Black Friday, holiday season, a lot of discounted stuff. I will post a link in the description below. So let me grab my soprano, do that same thing. And then also, of course, I have my Altissimo book for alto and tenor available as a digital purchase. That also, along with some merch, will be in the description below. And this is how I practice this routine. Beautiful. Let's take a closer look at the theory to see what's going on with this. Let's do it. Let's take a look here. We can see the scale fully fleshed out. Underneath it, we have the chords, just thirds and sevenths with the bass underneath. Let's hear what that sounds like. Now I've written out the G7 dominant 7 chord to more accurately reflect the notes of the diminished scale. Let's hear what that sounds like. And now from the 3rd. And now from the 5th. And now from the 7th. An important thing to note here, ladies and gentlemen, is that with the 2 diminished scales that you use, they both have the 3rd and the flat 7 of the G7 in them. It's very symmetrical. If you lead with a half step on the B, you lead with a half step on the F. If you lead with a whole step on the B, then you lead with a whole step on the F. It's so powerful, you don't even need the root. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so if you like this kind of stuff, you can support the channel by buying me a piece of cake. And also you can click like, subscribe. I will do more stuff like this. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got for you. See ya.